This is where the event is supposed to be taking place. And we're just going to take a very cautious and secure approach. I burnt so much fuel that if I can't refuel here, I'm stuck.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Alright. Stop. There she is. Okay. Now I know I'm upside down.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Engines inactive.
No power. The power button's right there. Not gonna worry about it. We have an appointment to keep. And we took our luxurious ship all the way out here. And because the exit has an actual ladder, I don't have to worry about breaking both of my arms and bleeding eternally. Okay. The Javelin is what it's called. It's going to be here for another hour. Considering how long this elevator ride is, I must be going in the right direction. Alright, Secport A.
Invictus special by exploring an active duty Javelin destroyer. The UES Warhammer is currently docked with the station, but won't be for long, so don't miss your chance.
Alright. He looks like she has a quest to give me. Alright, so maybe it was here. Go ahead to port B then. Actually, they might impound my ship. Let's go to the lobby. Go to the lobby first, get my ship inside. Then we'll just check the security ports. And one of them found to have the ship. Wish there was a set of instructions that said, go to this port. That would make things 1,000 times easier, but I also gotta gas this ship up for the voyage home. Alright, so that's at Everest Harbor. Are there any instructions on where? No, doesn't look like it. Alright, boys and girls, we found it. This is it. This is the ship. Javelin. And I expect things to get pretty wonky once we get inside the ship here. You can really just see like the massiveness of it. It's the size, like it's incredible. Biggest ship in the game. Not flyable yet, but prior to this ship, I think the biggest one was the 890 Jump. And we made it.
Welcome aboard the UEES Warhammer. As part of this year's Invictus celebrations, I'd like to invite you to take a look around and get an up-close look at an active military vessel. Some of the actual crew members have graciously volunteered their time to explain what life is like aboard the ship. I would like to remind you that the entire ship is not available for exploration, so please be respectful of unauthorized areas. Thank you, and enjoy your visit.
All right. So we've got an hour. No, it actually says it. It says it right here. My dumbass. Yeah, it says it right here. Locked security port B. And then there's going to be a flyby in 9 minutes of the UEN Bengal. Alright, so we have the entire ship to take a look at. And, yeah. It's definitely a lot more well lit. And tamper down the graphics a little bit.
Hello everyone, my name's Lieutenant Horrigan, and as you can probably tell, this is Warhammer's mess hall. Definitely one of the more popular spaces on the ship. The mess has a fully automated dispensary since we operate on rotating shifts. We have a standard crew complement of 65 to 70, and meals need to be available at all times, so we have a culinary team always on duty, ready to lend support. Famous pilot Harry O'Reilly was once quoted as saying, if you ever want to take the temperature of a ship's crew, just spend 20 minutes in their mess. Now, this is one of the main social areas of the ships where crew members from different departments can catch up in their own downtime. We also use the mess for social events like birthdays, holidays, and promotions, since it's able to hold so many people. Our skipper, Captain Medcalf, is a big believer in casual gatherings. It's in an effort to entrench camaraderie. So we're in here pretty often. Now, you've probably noticed our games in the corner, so I'll just address the question that everyone asks. Yes, it's pretty competitive. The XO currently has the score to beat. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to have a look around.
Weird. So yeah, it's pretty cool that they have like, you know, mo-captain voiced segments of the ship to kind of help get you integrated. There's some cool pants. But yeah, this would be really nice if this was fully interactive. Yeah, air hockey table. She's cute. Okay, let's see. And this is them protecting secure areas. So we've got our old school style machines, you know, the retro style. At this point, 1,000 years old. 1,000-year-old machine design, yeah. Quite impressive.
I really wish I'd eaten earlier.
Alright, and these are the barracks. Memory of those lost. While no sign of the incursion remains, the UEES Warhammer was boarded in a surprise assault on June 25th, 2861, when a Vandal boarding ship, known in the Navy as Spikes, make it past the UEES Warhammer's point defense systems and puncture the hull. While 5 off-duty starmen tragically perished in the first moments of the assault, we were able to rally and overwhelm the Vandal boarders before they managed to gain control of any vital parts of the ship. These brave starmen were instrumental in the Warhammer's eventual victory that day. Alright, going into B deck now. Fall of Caliban. July 7th, 2884, the UES Warhammer is part of the naval defensive action against the Vandal, now commonly known as the Fall of Caliban. While providing cover for the civilian evacuation of the system, the turrets were fired so frequently and for such an extended duration that XO Sander Freeland's after-action report noted that turret support sets had begun to warp from the heat of the sustained fire. Gunner Tobin commented in a letter home, "I could hear my sweat sizzle as it dripped off me. As a result, Aegis Dynamics reworked the cooling systems and future Javelin models." So it got that hot. It got that hot firing the turret. It's pretty wild. Alright. This is maintenance zone, closed off to the public. You may ask, why are armed guards protecting secure parts of the ship? Why do you think? It just makes sense. So this is actually back to where we started. Wonder.
See what lies inside more than active military veterans. The UEES Warhammer, a Javelin class destroyer, is currently docked.
Okay, so this is a destroyer.
Members have graciously volunteered their time to explain what life is like aboard the ship. I would like to remind
Blast
you that the
door.
entire ship is not available for exploration, so please
Escape pods and turrets.
Thank you.
Well, this sucks.
That's an escape pod. The pillar of autumn.
All right, let's settle down. My name's Lieutenant Commander Alderman. I run the turret complement aboard the Warhammer. That means I'm in charge of coordinating fire between our various gunners during a combat engagement in order to maximize combat effectiveness. But when we aren't in combat, I strive to keep my team sharp by running through engagement drills and simulated encounters. Now, the Javelin comes standard with 15 turrets, 13 of which have embedded operators. There are 6 turrets like the one you see here that run along the side of the ship, each of which is equipped with a pair of size 7 cannons for larger targets and a pair of size 4 Gatlings for smaller targets like fighters and even incoming missiles and torpedoes. We've got 4 more turrets on the bow of the ship, armed with size 7 energy cannons and 3 gunners on the underside with the same. All this firepower is coupled with a heavy payload of ordnance to make the Warhammer a real problem for all sizes of ship, hence why we can be tasked to operate independently on patrols without support from the rest of the battle group. During the Xenothreat incursion, our gunners were responsible for the destruction of over 70 hostile elements and several capital ships, as well as protecting the ship from incoming ordnance. As a special treat, we've safetied this turret so you can get a taste of what it feels like to be a gunner. All the weapons have been deactivated, so don't worry about accidental discharge. But I'll remind you this is an active military vessel, so be respectful all the same. Thank you, and have a great Invictus.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, she's hot, alright? I know you're thinking it. And you were like, I know he thinks it too. Like, yes, I do. Okay, I do. Really hot. Alright. Your area. Alright, so we are back into barracks.
Hi folks, welcome to the Warhammer. I am leading Starman Detmer, and this, as you've probably guessed, is one of the 2 barracks on the ship. And I know, you must be thrilled to see where Navy personnel sleep, and let me be the first to tell you, it's every bit as exciting as promised. Javelins are pretty great when it comes to sleeping arrangements, as they have enough bunks for the full crew, which is amazing because it avoids situations known as hot bunking, where you swap out bunks with somebody on the opposite shift, and that is horrible. This one time on my old ship, I had to share with this guy who had just the worst smelling socks. And I'm talking, you know, the military could have weaponized it kind of bad. And I had to try and fall asleep with that every day. So, yeah, after that, these bunks are a dream. And I'm just thinking that, actually, I don't think my CEO would like me talking about how bad hot bunking is. So, just forget I said anything. Anyway, each one has special slots for personal effects, and is capable of sealing you up to give you a little privacy, as people are always moving around the barracks. Sleeping schedules shift slightly too, so they can activate the full crew at a moment's notice if the ship enters heavy combat, you know. So you're kind of always sleeping with one eye open. I mean, we get shorter sleep schedules if we are patrolling dangerous space, so, I mean, you're already grabbing sleep when you can, and... Sorry, I am rambling. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not sure what to tell you. This is where we sleep. Not a whole lot of mystery to it. But I hope this has been enlightening. Please have a look around if you like, but don't touch anything in the bunks, as this is an active ship, and everything in here is the property of the crew. So, be cool.
All right, you got it, man. You got it. Won't touch anything at all. Yeah, I do appreciate the tour guides. Kind of giving you some backstory, what life is like. And, you know, anyone who actually served on a naval vessel can corroborate everything that this gentleman is talking about. So, but yeah, it's pretty cozy. And like you said, these bunks can seal up to give you privacy. So it's easier to get some sleep. You know, and take care of business.
Hello, everyone.
Wonder where
My
he got
name's
that.
Lieutenant Horrigan, and as you can probably tell, this is Warhammer's mess hall. Definitely one of the more.
Alright, so now we're seeing a fuck ton of soldiers. So this area is heavily restricted. Marines, not soldiers. Nope, you can't go this way. Turn around. And this looks like a cell block. It says cells 1 through 14. Yeah, I just bumped into this guy. Alright. Who would want to patrol this floor? Holy shit, okay? This is the creepiest floor on the ship. Like, I literally feel like I'm playing Alien Isolation or some shit. Like, what is this? What is this floor? Wait. Okay, someone's actually using the gun turret. That's pretty cool. I mean, everything on the ship is supposed to be deactivated, so. But maybe that's why. Maybe that's why this floor is so dark, because it's supposed to have like turret access or something. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, can't go that way, can't go any of those ways either. So we just have to go back up to the top. And if you've flown the turret before, not flown the turret, if you used the turret before, you know. Bridge Armory. Bridge Armory. Alright. So either one of these ways are going to take us where we need to go. Briefing room and armory. I think the briefing room is going to be accessible. And just curious what this area could be. Heavy hitter on the battlefield. Ever since the line's introduction in 2690, the Javelin has been a brawler. Like other ships that can fulfill multiple roles like transport, the engineers at Aegis Dynamics clearly intended for the ship to put itself in harm's way. Aside from the turret installations that line these halls, the Javelin comes fully stocked with heavy ordnance to challenge capital ships and a complement of Marines to raise hell on the ground. Simply put, Javelin is a fighter. Yeah, this ship has everything it needs. It is an excellent ship. Plenty of guns, plenty of firepower, plenty of room for crew, and room for a Marine contingent.
Hello, and welcome to the UEES Warhammer. This Javelin-class destroyer was originally built by Aegis Dynamics and has been in active service since 2832. Launching under the command of Captain Omar Singh, the ship initially served as a combat support vessel in the 2nd Fleet, 6th Battle Group, a posting that put it close to the Vandal front. The Warhammer saw action during the fall of Caliban in 2884, where it protected retreating civilian and naval forces when the system ultimately fell, earning a ribbon for valor in the process. For the next several decades, the Warhammer transitioned between fleets in a variety of support and patrol positions, even participating in the UEE push to reclaim the Nexus system in the 2930s. Most recently, the Warhammer distinguished itself as the primary combat vessel to repel the outlaw group known as Xenothreat from the Stanton system. Since then, the Warhammer has been placed in dry dock for repairs, but is heading back to active service once this year's Invictus festivities are concluded. The room you're currently seated in is the main briefing room for the entire ship. Based around a hollow volume built by Microtech, the crew gathers here to discuss everything from battle strategies to repair schedules. The Marine detail assigned to this ship also uses this room to plan out their boarding actions or outline combat strategies. This room has even acted as a venue for off-duty activities, such as vid screenings or sporting event parties. We hope that you'll take the opportunity to explore the ship and get an up-close look at one of the vanguards of order. On behalf of Captain Metcalf and the rest of the crew, I want to wish you a fantastic Invictus, and hope we see you next year.
Alright, so it's interesting, and now we're just getting a
Welcome
breakdown.
to the UES Warhammer. This Javelin class destroyer was originally built by Aegis Dynamics and has been in active service since 2832. Launching under the command of Captain Omar Singh, the ship initially served as a combat support vessel in the 2nd Fleet, 6th Battle Group.
Proud lineage. I remember the exact moment I stepped aboard a UES Warhammer for the first time. To me, it was already a legendary ship. Sure, most people dream about serving aboard the Krugari or something. I'd grown up hearing about the Warhammer. My dad served on it immediately after graduation, so I think the thing that stuck with me most was its sense of history. This was a ship that's distinguished itself in some of the biggest military operations of the past 100 years, and the crew always seemed to carry that shared sense of duty. To live up to the high standards set by the last generation of crewmates. I could see why it had such a profound effect on my father and why it continues to have a profound effect on me. Dale Marker, Leading Starman. Okay, so this actually takes us back to where it came from. No, actually it doesn't. That's the briefing room. That's the armory, which we don't have access to. One small step. On the crew of the UES Warhammer, the first step of the stairwell is commonly known as the skip step. For a brief period in 2928, the gravity plate located directly below the step was intermittently malfunctioning. This resulted in numerous starmen tripping and stumbling as they used the stairwell. As a health hazard, repairs were immediately done, but despite numerous attempts at correcting the issue, the problem kept returning. During this time, the crew formed a habit of not utilizing the first step as a precaution. In the end, it turned out to be a software issue in the gravity controls. The tradition of hopping over the skip step remains today. Okay, so it became a tradition due to software glitch. Alright, so that's going to take us back to the mess hall, which is where we came from. And then this is the bridge and armory. I wonder if we will get an opportunity. Well, you probably can't get to the bridge unless you go through the armory. That's what it seems like to me. Because that's the mess hall down here. Where it came from. So I think we've done it. I think we've pretty much... I've finished the tour.
Everyone. My name's Lieutenant Horrigan, and as you can probably tell, this is Warhammer's mess.
Yeah, I'm walking in circles right now.
Probably guessed is one of the two.
No running in the ship, please. No running in the ship.
Say, if you ever want to take the temperature of a ship's crew, spent 20 minutes in their mess. Now this is one of the main social areas.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that we've seen the ship. Yeah. So yeah, that's about what, a 30-minute tour. All right, but before I dip out, this is an escape pod. No, it's not. It's a turret. Are we under attack?
Contact. Shields recharging. Shields up. Shields under fire.
Yeah, we're actually under attack. Holy shit.
Weapon systems destroyed.
This is sick. This is sick. I promise you I didn't plan this. I didn't plan this. But players have been trying to take down this ship, just to like test the ship's defenses for the longest time. There's just no way. I mean, you've got the station cannons. I mean, I can't shoot back because, you know. Oh, we got a kill. So he managed to take out one gun. But we actually got to see a demonstration of what this technology can do. Now I just need to get out. Wow, that was intense. Who would have thought of all the times, like the moment I get to the turret is when the ship comes under attack. Like, that's insane to me. And I'm glad I was able to at least record it. But this is why I came back. This is why.
All right, let's settle down. My name's Lieutenant Commander Alderman. I run the turret complement aboard the Warhammer. That means I'm in charge of coordinating fire between our various gunners during a combat engagement in order to maximize combat effectiveness. But when we aren't in combat, I strive to keep my team sharp by running through engagement drills and simulated encounters. Now, the Javelin comes standard with 15 turrets, 13 of which have embedded operators. There are 6 turrets like the one you see here that run along the side of the ship, each of which is equipped with a pair of size 7 cannons for larger targets and a pair of size 4 Gatlings for smaller targets like fighters and even incoming missiles and torpedoes. We've got 4 more turrets on the bow of the ship, armed with size 7 energy cannons and 3 gunners on the underside with the same. All this firepower is coupled with a heavy payload of ordnance to make the Warhammer a real problem for all sizes of ship, hence why we can be tasked to operate independently on patrols without support from the rest of the battle group. During the Xenothreat incursion, our gunners were responsible for the destruction of over 70 hostile elements and several capital ships, as well as protecting the ship from incoming ordnance. As a special treat, we've safetied this turret so you can get a taste of what it feels like to be a gunner. All the weapons have been deactivated, so don't worry about accidental discharge. But I'll remind you this is an active military vessel, so be respectful all the time.
Someone just warped out nearby.
Thank you, and have a great Invictus.
Thank you, and damn. Okay. So, thirst is what made this possible. Had I just gone straight out of the ship, I would have missed that entire confrontation. I blame thirst. Or I should be thanking it, rather. All right, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. That was really exciting. So I'm gonna go get it back into my ship. Try to maybe wait until the ship undocks and just kind of catch that on video. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording, and if there's another part, I will have been successful. If not, then that's Invictus. And I think the next thing I'll shoot is just the undocking, redocking, and that's it. So thanks again, guys. Take care. Be easy.